Let's see. I was doing stuff with a bow and arrow.
Ah,
I think
are we
it's the
re-
end of my turn. So this caustic cabbage smoothie. Yeah.
hello, Miller.
Hello.
Is Miller.
I hope it's me. Despite everything, I think it's still me.
Well, you never know.
It's you.
It might not be. It would be weird. If you weren't.
Oh
you.
gosh. Yeah, that'd be something.
Unless someone that copied me had the same kind of energy I did, it's totally me.
I don't think anybody has the energy you do, GC, and you know what? The world is safer because of it. I don't think the world could deal with two of you.
Yeah.
It'd be too much.
Actually, if I had another me out there, we'd probably be stuck in an infinite time loop, playing the same game over and over and over. Maybe. That's just a maybe, though. And someone would feed off that energy and somehow... Sure. I'm gonna run some here with this. But, all I can say is that infinite energy would be created if there was two me's. We'd just be playing games
Yeah.
out there. Okay.
We would do the whole strap a piece of butter toast to a cat, and it can never land.
I use my energy to power up the next Smash Brothers. Ooh. Oh, man. So before I started work today, I saw the trailers. I was like, oh, super hyped. Hyped. You get Metroid Dread coming out this weekend. Oh, so much hope! It's hype week. How's chat doing? Hey, by the way.
How is
So we got
chat
better, right?
doing?
Let's take a look. Today we got another viewer, Benjamin, Arabiz, Victoria, and me, and Geo Holmes. Okay. Almost ready to jail dude, I presume. Look, the other pusher's there. Where is he listed?
I just
I
shot
shall-
it back out. Nice. Want to go into passage. This does not help me at all. Gonna reload again.
Also, when you tweeted, I thought you were going to basically be using your hammer all day.
I forgot what I was doing when I left last night.
We had just unlocked knives, right?
Yes. I was doing this, I think, to get another bow.
Hmm.
Oop-a-doop-a-doop-boop-boop-boo. Hello, Solus Raptor. And page reset. Agitated version. Huh. Huzzah! The beast has been broken.
The claw has been clattered.
The water has been drained. And Malice wants his weapon.
All right, I saved your village. Time for you to pay your tithe.
Give me the weapon.
They enrage her. I don't much like this one. Taunting a base is one thing, but there are plenty of times Nettle will get cocky and take things too far. Once her impulses turned a peaceful picnic into a panicked retreat. There we were, hunkered inside of a rotten log with me, both of the babies, strapped to my back. And her at the entrance, frantically firing off shot after shot, and laughing wildly. That was the incident that made your grandfather and I decide our sons should live with him full time.
I didn't know that story.
It was the right choice for all of us.
Fires 3 arrows a straight line. 50% on scale bounce. If beast is taunted, 100% chance to deal 1 damage. Core bounce. If beast is taunted, 30% chance to deal 1 damage and stop. Grapple shot. Firing grapple hook in a straight line. Deal 1 damage, travel instantly to wherever it sticks. It's really necessary with a reload roll? I guess, maybe. Harpoon fires 1 arrow. On core bounce, deal 5 damage. Stop. On vital core bounce, add 20 taunt. Increase beast attack by 1. 20 taunt, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we can immediately upgrade it.
So there, want to do some rock, paper, scissors for Jonas and Stoker?
Does not have very much in the way of Aural Sparks. I only managed to get one and spent it immediately on something else. Deal 2 damage. And scale bounce. Doesn't seem like very much because most scales are just 1 hit point, but not on Forge Beast.
Not on any scale that isn't just 1. It's gonna feel like a lot, I think.
Yeah. We need those Whirl.
Not like I want to coach or anything, baka.
I don't want to fight a Bog Spitter. I'm just going to use the hammer.
Yes, let's hammer it down.
I'll just back this Sentinel's Mail. I got some dialogue. Echo, after hearing a heart-wrenching story of yours about a beast driving you from your nest, I'd like to offer to make you an honorary member of the Sedgeworth family.
Wow.
Yeah.
That. Oh,
Let Miller do it.
okay.
Wow, that sounds like a total nightmare.
Actually, you know what?
Honestly,
I
not wrong.
You know, I can't believe it never dawned on me. Yes, let Miller take Echo.
I was a little jealous the first time that Jonas took her. I was just like, but I wanted to do Bird. I mean, it's fair. He had still a few I think he only had Cinnabar at that point, so.
Yeah.
We still don't know exactly who Cinnabar is, because now we know that the snake thing is just a armor. So it's probably like an old snake molt that some critter is inside of.
Look at me. It was just corrupted snake, but now you put
Forge
armor
Bug
on.
Spitter. Not that it actually matters, because this is the hammer.
Yeah.
You can ignore literally everything. I'm just gonna stay back here. Whoops. Oh well.
Cinnabar is nettle? I don't think so.
That would be a stretch. Speaking of which, what is Nettle?
Hmm?
Oh, wait a minute. No, Poppy. I'm thinking Poppy. What am I saying? Where is Poppy?
Here's one thing I was considering last night. A little, Oh! Jonas is rating us with a party of 11.
Yay!
Woo. And oh, that's Stoker that's hijacking us.
Bam,
Okay.
bam.
Hello.
Hello.
We
I'm guessing
Viewers
Jonas
of
is
the
probably not far
Everraid.
behind you.
Hello, all you happy people coming from Jonas's disasters on Extreme.
Was it
Oh.
that bad? I only stopped in for a bit.
Oh my gosh, you should watch some of the clips or the replay. It was beautiful.
Oh.
How you doing?
Oh hey Jonas, I was just talking about you.
That bad.
We were talking about how much we love you and want to call you George.
Yeah, that was
Don't take off this embarrassing story with Jonas. How's that Zora release?
Excuse me.
So how y'all doing? Today I learned I'm not very good at Sonic 3.
Oh man, the day I've had.
Why don't
In a
you
good
tell
way.
us, GC?
Well, I've already. I've been at work, but before I went to work, I had to go on Twitch and find out what everybody's talking about. How was the new Smash release? And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be here for the hype. I want to be here for the hype. There's so much hype this week.
It's true.
Oh, 1 sec.
It's one of them hyped up hype weeks.
What's going on? Aside from the I almost said Kingdom Hill, the Kingdom Hearts thing.
I'll tell you what.
There's Kingdom Hearts and there's Metroid Dread is coming out later this week.
Oh yeah. GC's gonna stream that, right?
I
Yes.
sell Keyblade and Keyblade accessories.
I saw ice beams and ice beam accessories.
Nice. yeah, looking forward to that. Let me upgrade my the one weapon that I keep using. It changes springing momentum to dealing 2 damage. Very marginal increase over what I've been doing, but I need to do that anyway.
But hey, at least it's one of the moves you actually use.
Yes.
True.
The upgrade for the weapon did literally nothing for you.
Orbert's like, Stoker isn't dumb bullying Jonas, and Enraged Hybrid says, Stoker's never dumb bullying Jonas. Ah,
Craft armor. Cloud soldier armor. Well, hammer abilities gain +2 inertia when you damage a style, and it has +10 max charge, which is nice.
Stoker's not bullying Jonas.
Never.
How horrible! I'm struggling. I'm struggling, just like it's deep Okay. spiritual struggle to just be the goddamn boss of Ice Cap, and Stoker's like, but you don't got it. Oh,
Is that how I was talking?
that's exactly how you sounded to the letter. I was just like,
Wait, what? I thought that was Jonas talking.
Yeah, thank you. No, I like my concentration was just melting as it went on.
Well, I mean, it was Ice Cap, to be fair.
Okay. All
See,
right.
it's funny because global warming.
Milo has some dialogue.
Oh.
Yes, Mal. Oh, hey. I redeemed my channel points for an awkward silence. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't know I was. Oh, wait, that's not him. What if I just switch their voices? Oh, Bubbles. Fine, I'll admit it. Maybe these smoothies of mine ended up being a little more potent than I initially brewed them up to be. Probably shouldn't have used all that vodka. But that's a good thing! And it's not like the beasts are gonna recognize the unique flavor of my purees. And come after me specifically. And if they do, well, there'll be even more flavors of pain where those come from.
He's trying to sound so brave, Milo.
I think that was the one line where he's actually starting to get some bravery.
Yeah! I'll
And then
see
it-
them in hell!
The pupils were dilated, so you could see the fear in his eyes.
Excuse me.
Maro reminds me of Frog from Chrono Trigger, as if you took away all the honor and chivalry and he just makes movies.
Wow, so-
the only thing relating him is that they're frogs.
Ah. On the Poppy's
So he's like-
baskets.
He's like Frog from Chrono Trigger if Frog from Chrono Trigger were a completely different person.
Exactly.
Ah! Okay, I admit it. I just took a look at
You
it.
say some fun things sometimes.
Well, I mean, first, it was just basically, yeah. I admit it. It was just, I just looked at the frog and I just said, Frog and Mallow look the same.
I still want to know if he's named Mallow because of Super Mario RPG.
That would be fun.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, he lives in a marsh, so.
Yeah, Marshmallow. But even so,
Wait a minute, didn't he say that when he first recruited him?
Yeah, I
Or
think one of
he-
his siblings was named Marsh.
Yeah, I think he did say that.
yeah, but it can still be,
I
it
that
can, work
joke
on,
earlier.
it can work on multiple levels.
Okay.
Like all good jukes.
That joke is putting the hustle in. It works around the clock.
Good jolly japes.
Good jolly apes.
That works too. Good Jolly Planet of the Apes. I can see them do like a Planet of the Apes Christmas. Like I want to, like in the current continuity. I think it'd be amazing. Every modern franchise needs a something Christmas special, and it has to be awful.
Let's talk about Parasite
I was
Eve.
gonna say, wasn't Star Wars Christmas Special basically Planet of the Apes, since it was just Chewie species?
It's been so long, Miller. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I remember it was like the Wookiees, and it was like Life Day, and like it was sort of a Christmas analog.
Mhm.
And there was like, wasn't there like an adorable little like blonde curly haired kid or something?
So there was Chewie's son, I
The
believe.
blonde curly hair kid? That was from the Ewok movie.
But the okay, all right, my bad.
Okay.
I love the vague outrage in your voice there, Rick.
I did not like I never actually watched those movies, but I just saw that little curly haired child. I was like, ugh.
Well said. Well said.
The only reason I know anything about the Star Wars Christmas Special, because I've not actually seen it myself, is because I've watched the Red Letter Media review of it, and it is hilarious the stuff they point out, because it's like there's literally an in-universe technical manual that you watch, and it's like 15 minutes long, and it explains how to wire this one control panel, and it just goes on and on and on.
I'm pretty sure I watched it during God, I think I was babysitting my neighbor's horrible child, and it was playing, and he wasn't interested in it at all.
Mm-hmm.
God, no, I would really have to watch all of it. I think it's on YouTube. Star Wars
Found
has
a
changed
clue.
A lot.
We
Oh,
just figured out Blue's. No, wait, we haven't figured it out yet.
I sort of had to bail for a sec. I'm back.
We figured out nothing!
You found one of her baskets in the Trade Haven wastes? Of course you did. Oh, Paprika.
Hmm.
That was a good
How should
movie.
even get over there? Didn't we unlock that after she left?
No,
Oh.
been at Trade Haven Waste for a while, but I've been using the pirate ship to get over there. I don't know
Right.
how she got over there. X-Whip, Shell Snapper.
This is when you go up to Tempest and you're just like, hey, what's your process for telling if we have stowaways or not? And Tempest is like, the what?
What?
We're like, that's how.
Yeah, Mallow has more dialogue.
Stowaways?
Joker.
I'm coming. Maybe, instead of fighting this beast, wouldn't it be real sweet to find a nice shady spot to hide in instead?
agreed. We should not be risking our necks for a bunch of strangers who can't take care of themselves.
But I'm not suggesting that because I don't care about all those fine critters who might be getting hurt.
And I am not saying that because I'm scared, dork.
I'm a dork, you fawn.
Have a fun, you dork.
Make me a smoothie. Smoothie master. Need the basket first. Got the clue.
Ooh. Goofy stacks?
Looks like a virus.
Just gonna skip doing the springing momentum step of this. That. Oh well. Build it up normally. Let's get acid
What's
on
it-
it.
It looks like a Mimi virus.
Mhm. So, Big Giant Circles, the musician for this game, was saying, putting out on Twitter some of his favorite tracks from this game that he's like most proud of. One of them was the main or skipper's theme, and the other one of the ones was the like final boss theme. Whew.
Yeah.
The song is very good. It is jamming.
Nice.
Yeah, I managed it twice. Turn.
Captain Port GC to the rescue. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Ah, squid.
See, I thought it looked like a virus, but I could totally see squid too.
Squids in my desert? It's more likely than you think.
You owe me. There. Oh, she's like a ninja or something.
Tango Clash Placid. And found clue. No dialogue. Oh, there's dialogue. DC.
Yeah, I'm always ready. Bam. With Poppy gone, if there's anything I can do to help.
I'm afraid this isn't something that could be fixed with a hammer and nails. If it were, I'd have known how to fix it long ago.
Jenny may yet scamper back. The waste starts ready, but cheese reserves for last.
I can't think of her out there in the sands, in the ruins, and... But when Treadhaven was falling, and the turmoil and chaos were sweeping in, they kept calling us back, over and over. Me and Nettle, we kept going, because they needed us. They needed us so much. Sandstorm sweeping down as all the irrigation failed, crops dying, moats that just wouldn't come, and beasts that would emerge from the earth at the slightest provocation. Should have stopped sooner. But Nettle had a fire in her. She never wanted to back down from a challenge. When I watched that beast swallow her up and sink back into the sand, I realized it didn't matter how many settlements I tried to save. It didn't matter how much effort I put in. Nothing mattered. I was just one solitary critter, and the task was so large and... Sorry, Jonquil. I'm not fit for conversation right now.
Ooh.
I'm such a downer.
Yeah, jeez.
My days, we had one way to fix that, an old slobber knocker with your knees. Nothing? Okay.
Thank you, Baxter. They say, you go bring that cute Bats girlfriend right back right now.
Seriously, I seriously don't get you. Fighting beasts directly is the worst idea.
It helps.
No, it doesn't. More beasts are always going to show up. Nothing ever actually changes. You're wasting your time.
It's ironic that the wastes are filled with the most materials so far. Poppy would never leave all these perfectly good crumbs around. She might be in trouble.
Bums?
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, Valakor with only 12 health, that crap is dead.
We're back again.
It's just like, unique designs be damned. I'm just gonna kill him instantly.
Yeah. Very nice architecture. It'd be a shame if something
I
happened
can't
to it.
kill it now. Yep.
Wow, you're inside it. Nice.
I've only been gathering the materials for the charge potion because the only thing that makes it go slightly faster.
Great. Are we done now?
I think if these maps are right, based on what John Quill taught, I might know where Poppy is. But maybe I won't tell Granny yet.
I'm still amused that she came in just for that one scene and then went back to the mysterious lost wastes or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, there's a weird non sequitur there.
Tracks through the sand. Poppy? Where are you? Poppy, I'm coming!
Yeah, just call out into the middle of a desert. I'm sure you'll find the person you're looking for.
That's how I do it.
I was gonna say, it's not usually how it works.
Not usually, but then again, I don't think most of us have plot armor as thick as this game's.
There's Poppy. DC's not here.
You shouldn't have bothered coming after me this time. I can't handle it anymore, Skip. I can't help. I don't want to. So just leave me alone out here with the beast.
No.
No. No, lol.
Just no.
Hmm. I hope we get a little more explanation from her because I had. Oh,
You never waver. You always got it together. I'm your older cousin. I should know what I'm doing, but I'm just a mess. I don't even have any food to help this time.
Okay, sorry about that again.
I just.
I'm getting unexpectedly pulled away. I didn't. Sorry about that.
If you need to go, I can spot for you.
Yeah. Well, what's going on? A lot of people suddenly are looking for help with fans and computers. All of a sudden, and I'm saying, well, wait a minute. I'm streaming right now.
That's the curse of being tech support.
Yeah.
You're always on call. But yeah, if you need to go, I can spot your role.
Someone needs to make an entire website specifically for the support of fans for computers. Maybe they could call it like OnlyFans or something.
On the right side, Candy Corn's joined us. Hello, Putty.
Oh, hey, kitty cat. You know, it's funny. There's like Windows for Seniors. It's like one of those for dummies books, Windows for, and I was trying to recommend it to Mom, and she got mad.
Yeah. And here, rubbing his face against the rads and against the table. Oh, and my Switch. Okay. Can't forget the Nintendo Switch, can you? Candy Corn is like the only cat that I ever had in my life that rubs his face against everything.
Is he a black cat? Because like I feel like he needs with a name like that, he needs to be a black cat. You know?
Absolutely, 100%.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You've got a rich cat.
That's why my sister named him Candy Corn in the first place. And I said, yeah, that's good. I like that name.
It's awesome.
I actually nicknamed him sometimes. It just does it so much. Bullcat.
You know, when I was a kid and we had a cat, I was just super uncreative. So even though he was a black cat, I named him Garfield.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That was like literally the only entry in my names for cats index as a child. Like there just wasn't anything else.
This is so easy for you.
What was your cat's feelings on Mondays?
I'm sorry for always running. It's just the world's on fire. Everyone's working to save it. I can't stop thinking about all the things I want to do or I see and do and try, and I'm so selfish.
Maybe, yeah, but maybe that's okay sometimes. Fighting beasts is hard. I get tired too. Starting to feel so heavy, but you keep things light. Since we were little, you made things fun for me with all your games and ideas, and sometimes it's nice to rest. You help us rest. But you've always wanted to explore everything, and
It's okay, Skip. I understand what you mean.
you always do.
Thank you. I'll bake you something super tasty when we get home. Because whatever step I take next, going home is the first one. And Now the Cooties headbutting the window.
Can't break ya! Thank the Sparks, you're home! You're safe! Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry too, Granny. I know dealing with me can be tough, but I'm only home for now. I've always wanted to travel the world, and now I'm committing to it. That's a promise I'm making to myself. But I got other promises to keep first, and this time I'm going to do it, Poppy style. I spent the whole trip back brainstorming ideas and came up with something brand new for me and Mila to try.
Stoker.
Indeed! I believe we can reprogram your obsolete food synthesizer to use plant matter battery supplements.
So I feed the robot, and the robot helps me feed everybody. Oh, I wonder if I can teach you to salute. Or salute.
Latte.
Or saute.
Do not understand. But I don't need to. I have faith you'll find your way, Poppy.
Yo.
Wow. Black.
3 travel companions.
This is better than I expected.
I love them all.
Excellent news! Although my recent imports of SOAP cleaning tech have ultimately proved insufficient, my father is now investigating some alternative tech that he might purchase for us to aid our goals.
The coast has no need for more magical trash raining upon its shores. Someday we should aim our cannon skyward and bring that cloud of yours crashing to the ground.
Right, because the world needs more places like the waste. Great plan, dum-dum. Look, his tech obviously won't work, but his persistence only hurts himself. So maybe give him a break.
What do and what do know you of persistence? She who lifts no wing for crew nor cause, shut your blasted beak!
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was very caught up in the drama. Hey, Tempest! Could we maybe ease up on the shouting? It's starting to make me a bit...
Angry? I won't temper my tone for a sniveling coward.
Yes.
This is the Predacon way.
I will not tolerate attacks under my own roof. Leave. Burn out your anger on the beasts. Return when you remember who your enemies are.
So be it. I'll go join the Maximals.
And they're gone.
I'm going Dinobot, you all.
Another armor to make. Headed sleeve coat. 3 steps by 50%. Wow, okay.
Hog.
Hello, Pootycat. Let me get a blanket. So you don't
I miss having a cat. My allergies don't, but my brain does.
That Max?
Yes.
Nice.
I was able to handle living with a cat when we had 3 HEPA filters in the apartment. Apparently that's about what it takes for me.
Poor versus Granny don't take no shit. No, she... Of all the things she can do, laying down the hammer is absolutely one of them.
I just want to see her like happy and carefree for once. Like at the end of the game, it's like okay, I got no more problems.
So here's the thing. I kind of hope Cinnabar isn't Nettle, because I want Granny to grow as a character by learning to let go of Nettle. Right? She's still very upset about losing her sister, and she hasn't let that go. I don't want the game to be just like, oh, here's your sister back, everything's fine. No, I want her to be able to move on.
Yeah.
As a real person has to move on, because if they lose a person, you can't get them back.
You know, don't
Brew just asked the Elric brothers.
Yeah, you did.
Jonas.
Alright, Jonas.
Oh, yeah. It's time we discussed a particular threat. An old, powerful beast that terrorizes the northern waste. This particular jaw-tooth has adapted to swim through the sand like an enormous writhing worm. Hence, its tunnels are blocked off many locations. including the only remaining grout into the glitch peaks. Defeating it would be a significant personal favor to me. Yeah, you and half the wastes. Nobody can beat that thing. It's not just tough, it's impossible to track. Its tunnels can show up anywhere. Perhaps with enough renown, we can persuade the local settlements to report sightings directly to us. This beast has terrorized all of Trade Haven. I doubt I'm the only one who finds its defeat motivating.
I never realized, but he's starting to look like a core.
First side quest.
Rawr! So they seek to throw me out of my tail like a fresh-hatched fool? Over words? Pathetic. That was nothing. Nothing! I demand a duel. I want one. I spent arguments that would make their head spins. I know a true attack. It's fighting they think I want, is it? Then it's fighting I'll show them. Let's find the fiercest beast we can and shatter it to dust. They think I can't handle the wastes?
Tempest.
I'll show them handling the wastes.
So long as I can do my boingy hammer.
Okay. Keep doing what you're doing again, guys, so I can show everybody.
You see.
Oh, the much feared sands of Trade Haven. There are empty sands that poison sea. Still, it sets my teeth on edge. And shivers the soul. Blast it. Magic or no, I can't celebrate what happened here. Nobody should. It's a curse.
You see.
Sorry. At last, something to spar against them blast apart.
To save the refuge.
Always dependable, aren't you? Fine. Let's save these sorry souls.
Almost kill it in the first round. Bam, dead.
Well, that was fast.
2 rounds. It didn't even get a chance to attack at all.
So OP.
All the armor doesn't matter if I can just ignore it.
There's a fairness to this victory. Perfect quote. I knew the tales of Trade Haven. The magic bleeds out like an open wound. The sandstorm's sweeping in. But it's different standing here in near solitude. I still long to lace the wounds of corrupted coast.
Lance the wounds.
Of the corrupted coast and drain them dry. Break apart every corrupted piece of crystal. Break apart whatever they did to us. Break apart everything! But that fight at the farmhouse, it's not the first time I've gone too far. After getting my scar, I devoted myself to blasting apart every scrap of magic I found. Until my crew told me they couldn't count on me anymore. Then I rated my vengeance above their voyage. Ooh. So I stormed off, and they took a tough job without me. And when that Hexa whip struck down the ship, I wasn't there to aid them. So maybe my heart shakes with rage. Good. We should all be angry. But I want this rage to shape me into something those critters can depend upon again. I want to forge a finer blade from my fury. to slice out where my revenge is needed most. We all bear scars, and soon these beasts will too. Skipper, I'll help you save as many crews as I can. This I vow to you. Well, I owe all of you an apology. Those I've yelled at in recent times, I am before. I don't want to stay a crew everything that gets their claws on every time they see red. On every time they see red. Because disagreements aside, this is a good crew we got here. We've all sailed different seas. I learned hard lessons from mine. If I seek vengeance, that's my right. That's my tale, not yours. Those of us on the coast, we had our futures ripped from us, and we have to fight to keep what remains. And I will never lose grip on of that rage again against the things that were done to us. I'm going to channel it now into our fight together, if you'll accept it.
Well said.
Goodness.
Fine, I guess.
Stoker, you better get ready too.
Me?
Archie, accept it. You do have ample cause to be upset, which is why I shall continue to investigate the...
Follow.
Oh,
It's
fine.
fine.
Don't ignore me at all. Just don't even worry about what I have to say in any way whatsoever.
It's fine. But it wasn't
And an
actually
upgrade
fine.
to this. It was not fine.
This is not fine. Cinnabar has no idea what they're talking about. The Sawtooth? Are they kidding? That beast has been there for ages. Nobody can take it down. It makes cliffs crumble everywhere. It saws the ruins like they're nothing. Tombs. It even... Never mind. It doesn't matter. That whole area of the desert is impassable now. It sucks, but it is what it is. You lose things, you get over it, and you move on. That's life.
A moment. Is this monstrosity the beast that drove you out of your most recent dwelling?
Yeah?
Then of course! We must take action!
Danny, this isn't like some heroic noble rescue story. I appreciate it, but
You appreciate it?
no, maybe? Look, it just won't work. Cinnabar's clearly trying to drag us into some self-serving scheme. Don't fall for it.
Well, we're gonna fall for it. We don't have anything else to do.
Right?
Follow. If I ask for more of a parley with you. I'm sorry for the words I spoke in that fit of rage. They were cruel and uncalled for, and I won't fault you if you choose to bear a grudge. Your silence speaks.
Stoker.
Your silence
here.
speaks.
I thought GC was still talking.
Nope.
No, that's okay. It was... Actually, it stung me something fierce.
It won't be repeated. You can count on that.
I believe it, buddy. Thanks. And as for this new goal of yours to find a way to boost up the beach, maybe you can get all of those pirate pals to stop fighting long enough to cozy up and work together.
Ha! Now that's optimism. And maybe you can speak up loud enough for your family to give you a well-deserved listening.
A critter can only dream.
And Stoker again.
Stoker again. Here comes Stoker.
Most perplexing that Cinnabar wishes to enter the Glitch Peaks. Until now, they have directed us to rescue settlements, yet nobody lives in those mountains anymore. Indeed, the biome's magical instability would make it a poor choice of locale for living and working. Though there is some speculation that the Queen's research teams have done experiments there in the past. Perhaps the sparks of that region proved particularly fertile for enchantment. Just imagine shifting gravitational fields, abandoned cutting-edge technology, and weapons! Horrible, horrible weapons!
Don't forget the pie!
What I would give to get my wings on it.
And pie!
Is that what Cinnabar wants?
Who cares? I've got a science boner.
I'll put some bones in the pie!
Oh, there you go. You can get the telescoping haft to get your pole vault that you use all the time. Right? Or is it Flying Fury?
Well, I get a half and you get a whole. Okay.
This is the
Which one?
Alchemil's the villain.
No, I'm still under the belief that Poppy's the ultimate villain in the end. She's got a shady plan.
Yeah, the Acrobat, Beast Slugger, Flying Fury, Green Momentum, Pole Vault. Yeah, that just upgrades the Beast Slugger, but... you don't really need to use. And that upgrades Pole Vault. What's the difference between these? There is no difference between these.
Small radius becomes medium radius.
Ah, okay, there it is.
You found the difference.
Congratulations, you now can work in data entry.
You now become a tech bat.
An urgent message. The Sawtooth was sighted just moments ago.
Ta-da.
Time is of the essence. You must reach its location before it burrows again. Great, fantastic. Let's hurry to our death.
This could make a big difference, Echo. Don't you want to go home?
This matter is extremely pressing. An experienced guide might increase Skipper's odds of... Oh, fine.
Only allowed one companion. Even though I should be able to get 3, it's only letting me have 1.
Make it the party 4.
Quick on your feet, alright? To catch up with it. You can't have a whole squad trailing behind.
Party of 4. Sounds familiar.
Isn't it party of 5?
Or Final Fantasy 2 or 4, yeah.
Oh, I thought you... Sorry. Wrong reference.
Yeah, GC was doing a thing where he makes a reference to a thing that he has not mentioned yet.
Well, you're supposed. I think you guys are nerds. You catch it.
Yeah, there's so many games that have party systems, though. How are we supposed to know that's the one?
It's not too late to bail.
Yes, it is.
Look, everyone in the Waves has been through worse. It's fine. Trust me, they know how to survive.
You deserve more than survival.
Ooh. Dark.
You know the thing is, though, Miller, I think GC did mention the number of the party previously. It's in one of these streams. I feel like I feel. Didn't you say something about it before, GC?
Yeah, they're. I'm trying to remember what it was, but we were talking about Final Fantasy one time.
Yeah.
This is a new one. Has a razor.
It's a.
It has a chainsaw for a head.
It's a cutter shark.
I was gonna say it's a pizza.
It's a pizza cutter shark.
Oh no!
Magnificent.
I'm just imagining
Maybe
somebody
turn
thinking
over.
of like a hammerhead shark and then making a whole line of sharks that are all different tools for heads.
It's awesome.
I love this idea. Let's make it canon.
You know, the size of the head on that would be really good for,
There we go. Rick, the Tyrans, they have a neighboring species that are all differently tool-shaped headed sharks.
Oh my god.
Isn't there a...
It's just a really, like, crummy-looking saw, like a handsaw, and it's a reference to cow tools.
Isn't there a hammer that repeatedly hits the core for massive damage?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good for that kind of monster, or beast.
Are there fish races in Haven Celestia?
That's high run.
I was about to say, there's that one with the fish face head.
They're fuzzy sharks.
Well, okay.
Fuzzy anther sharks.
Bam. Dead.
Nice.
Well, so much my idea.
And then there's the squids, but those are a weird thing.
What do you mean a weird thing?
I don't know if I remember what Rick's opinions on them are.
Of the what?
Oh,
The-
the squids.
The squids on Kraken Tech.
I'm okay with that idea. Like maybe
like,
not
hyperartistic.
exactly. Not
Yeah,
not
like-
exactly like it was described, but I'm okay with, because it was like my idea in the first place that there were more than one intelligent species from Kraken Tech.
Nice.
Right.
I just like the idea of there being something that the Kraken don't control and or are afraid of.
Yeah.
We beat it.
Well,
You could go back.
I can go back.
Back to the past. Samurai Jack.
We'll miss you.
Look, that nest wasn't actually that great, okay? Definitely not worth all this. So maybe I don't need to, like, rush back. I guess it wouldn't be a total nightmare if I stuck around the farm. I guess. Just for a little longer.
Ooh.
It's not like I want to.
Yeah.
So, even the cynic deigned to lend her assistance to the... Leave me alone. I didn't do it for you. But Skipper got you your precious passage, so you might as well start talking. Because this is it, right? If you're willing to admit you've got personal stakes, you're willing to spill details. Skipper did you a big favor. Pay them back for once. Very prescient. And not unwarranted. Now that the passageways are open, inform me when you're ready to head into the Glitch Peaks. I have much to say.
The glitch
Ooh.
piece.
That kind of looks like a final level.
Maybe.
It's got the vibe.
The conflicts of pure magical energies. Yeah, it feels like the place where you'd have a final battle.
Ooh.
Doing
Okay.
cinnabar is kind of hard on my throat. But I enjoy it just ever so much.
And we appreciate for you putting your all into it, Jonas.
Well, you know what they say. Go big or go home. I'm just in character all the time now. It's method acting.
Oh no, don't do that.
I'll be like Jared Leto and just stalk everybody around the set.
Follow your licenses. Don't start sending people. Don't send your fellow actors dildos in the mail.
Unless you know them very well and they've
Yeah,
asked
yeah.
for them.
If it was Stoker, he'd be like, thanks.
What? Again, what?
Never mind, DC. You're better off not knowing.
DC, you're too innocent.
Okay.
Get out while you can.
Now that the Sawtooth has been dealt with, I suggest we head into the Glitch Peaks.
Why? There aren't any settlements.
There were, though. It once held countless laboratories, where the technicians of the Queen's elite wizard unit lived and worked. Now there are beasts being drawn towards the interior in large quantities. If you wish to follow, bring me any lost keycards that you find. I will recognize the one that we seek as soon as I see it. Whatever you decide, I'll continue to bring messages from those in need. But if you aid me in this, I will commit to fighting at your side, personally.
Deal. Need 6 stuff at the Glitch Peaks.
Ooh.
Okay, we can have 3.
Oh, I hope we have a freeway conversations. It'd be weed. Weed! Eee! So a bird and
I
a
have
frog
all
and
the
a squirrel.
individual pieces for this.
What out with this mouse?
No, I don't have pull out. Oh, well, I can replace it with something else. The zapper. Concussive blow. Battering ram. Local recipes. Thought they said there weren't any settlements.
Oh my god. Rick,
What?
Vodio Games is in the audience. Hello, we love your game. It's awesome.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Hi.
Welcome to our stream, where we are all very normal people who with very normal senses of humor, and never say or do anything strange ever.
I think we've already. Yeah,
I
go
love
on.
the music a lot. I am a friend of Jimmy's, so I love that he got to have a chance to make this music in this game for you guys. So thanks for working with him.
So if the update came out today, I will have to enjoy using the overpoweredness for now.
Yes. Do it, Rick. Do it. Do it.
Let the power drive you mad.
And that's why we lived with Granny our entire lives. I don't remember any of it, though. Skipper was an infant when it happened, and I was super little. I don't even remember anything about my parents. How about you? You remember yours?
Yes.
Ooh. Secrets. I like it.
They don't sound like good memories.
I'm
Maybe that's
glad-
why she's the living embodiment of Hot Topic.
I'm glad you guys like the voices because now I feel really on the spot.
If you're unstoppable,
I commit to my vocal
No,
choices.
it's okay though. Now I'm gonna have to bring my A game. I gotta.
I also enjoyed watching this game for all the little design stuff that's been in it. As a fellow game designer myself, it's been fun seeing all the little things here and there.
Yeah, everything about this really came together nice. I love it.
The comfy, crunchy design principles.
I like that. Comfy, crunchy. It's
Yeah.
a good combination of words.
Tastes crunchy in milk.
Jonah's a big weirdo.
Ooh, me.
Yes, you. Hear the pitter-patter of little kitty feet. I think I do hear the pitter-patter of little kitty feet.
Oh. Ugh.
You hear the little pitter-patter of little kitty feet. They grow louder, and louder, and louder, and louder, and louder, and now
Okay,
it is the stomping of hooves against the floor.
We're not doing creepypasta tonight.
In my
Oh,
heart,
shit.
we're always doing creepypasta.
My creepypasta heart is on October's.
I should probably figure out a couple for next Sunday.
Bam, bam.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yep. Thank you for knocking over my water bottle, child. I'm glad that I keep the lid on it.
She's a cat. It's her job.
Yeah, I can let it hit me.
He's like, this looks real good here, but you know where it would look better? On the floor!
Did said cat swat it with a paw or just rub her face right into it?
She rubbed her face on it and it went kerplop.
Aha.
You know, as a kitty do.
Bam,
Oh
bam.
yes, you know I'm talking about you.
Oh. We got one of those wheelchairs for work. The candy corn is sleeping under it. Ah, I can't move. Ooh.
Upgrade regular mode.
Oh yes, baby. I see.
Uno damage mas.
You didn't actually find any. Oh well. Do it again.
Again. Again.
Ahem. Are you chewing on the cable here, Missy?
There's a key card. What's this? A clue?
Ooh.
No.
A
Yeah.
It was Cinnabar in the farmhouse with the candlestick.
key card. Where does it lead? It's not true. Jonas?
What are you muttering about?
What you said. How nothing changes. I think it makes a difference, fighting beasts. To the ones we save.
Guess.
Skipper, you're the same as to them beasts Metroids. There.
Material. 10 material.
Well, my cat doesn't seem offended when I talk about him, Solus, so
Out there.
when he gets his attention and goes lay down, that's it. He's tuckered out.
Yeah, that's how kitties be sometimes. Most of the times.
They be tuckered out little cutie pies.
I just love them. Even
And
when
they
I
pretend to
try.
love you too, Jonas.
What?
Jonas.
Or Stoker.
Is it that easy to confuse the two of us?
Fuck.
I can't get to it.
You're like a pair in my mind, alright? There's no separating the two of you.
Oh my god. Well, like Siamese twins separated at birth. Okay.
Yeah, right there, Jonas.
I don't even know what I'm saying. Don't listen to me.
Sorry, what were you saying? I wasn't listening.
Okay, alright.
The doctors were trying to figure out how they're gonna split you two apart, so they sent you off to a logger mill.
Oh god.
A logamill?
A Wagamil.
Lumber mill, whatever.
No, I like Lagamil better.
Logger mill.
That's where they cut the logarithms. Anyway.
Thank you, folks. We'll be here all night.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Tip your waiter.
Hello, I'll be your waiter for this tonight. I'm GC, I'm from Canada, and it's not like I like her or anything, baka.
I love the long sigh that you were. You're like, I'm GC, I'm from Canada, and. How'd I get here?
Exactly. How did I get here? Oh yes, Rick. And his really, really good webcomics.
You got one or two of them.
Oh, Kitty left.
More like 5 of them.
All right, back to full power now. Woohoo! Just in time.
We got a clue.
Clue?
I just love how that prompt got up as I was preparing myself to get ready.
Oh, you found a key card. Let me see. No, this is not what I seek, but you're on the correct track. These are the types of key cards we will require. Modifications and all.
Oh yeah, I forgot to add to that. May I deliver you some French toast with maple syrup, my lords?
Can Skipper's
Yes,
hammer skills
please.
convince him to part with it? Probably.
I wonder, does Skipper have good hammer skills?
Oh shoot, I missed something cool, didn't I?
Yeah. I still haven't gotten over that video game showed up.
I mean, it happens.
You guys still there?
Remember when?
Yes.
Remember when Maxie showed up when we were streaming the Hayseed night?
Oh yes. That was fun.
I'm just waiting one of these nights for, whenever the next chapters of Deltarune are released for, like, Toby just to drop into the chat.
Oh no.
That would actually be really entertaining.
I would literally die. Oh my god.
Jeez, I hope Sakurai doesn't join one of my Smash streams. No.
Oh Lord. I'd start doing the Wayne's World thing. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Oh.
I'd just say, hey, Sakurai, you think my stream's cool? And he'd like, yeah, bro.
That is exactly what he sounds like.
It's
I've heard
just
him.
like that. Yeah, bro.
それはこれが喉はすごいです。
It's easy for you to say.
You know Japanese.
I don't. That was gibberish.
And you know what? Some part of me said that was gibberish.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Jonas, you monster. How could you?
Born delicious, such is delicious.
What?
I just made that up.
Okay, give me the new hammer that I'm probably not going to use because this will be overpowered until the update.
Oh, this highborn halberd wasn't your aunt's. This is the commission. Fussy Noble kept coming and pestering us. She had all these coins to offer, as though we could use those for anything outside of Trade Haven. So Noel got the idea to melt them all down to good workable metal. You should have seen the look on that noble's face.
Yeah.
2 damage in a radius.
Ooh,
Damage
haste.
Gain haste 2. Haste. All steps increased by 50%. Slashing dash on every step. Every 5 steps, deal 1 damage in an arc. Or as damage, add 2 scar. Arc size increases for each inertia. Does this stack with the armor that increases your steps by 50%?
Probably. I can't see why not.
Yeah, it would. Sounds like it would increase. That's a good question. If it works additively or multiplicatively, right? Is it 200% or is it 225%?
I would say additively, but that's just a guess.
If only we had someone here who could settle this.
Don't put them on the spot now.
Why not? It's what I do.
Yeah,
We can't ask them for hints.
Sure we can.
Every
Watch
5
me.
steps, deal 1 damage in an arc. If a core is damage, add 2 scar.
Stoker, that's like asking Santa Claus if Jesus is real. You can't do it. It's a cheat.
Yes, Jonas, that is exactly the same situation.
Exactly.
Driving spike, deal 1 damage.
The
Each
theological
scar.
implications are
One
staggering.
additional damage plus 1 damage for each inertia.
We've lost our minds. It's awesome.
See, Jonas, you're mistaken there. All right, we haven't lost our minds. That would require that we knew where they were to begin with.
That's true.
He's got you there, dude.
It's I can't get around it. It's a tautology.
That's a tautology that's pulled real tight without any slack, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a truism because if it wasn't, it'd be a falsism.
You monster.
Ooh, we got more dialogue again. Echo. Echo.
Jonas.
Oh, sorry. I still don't really get it. How you can keep fighting over and over, even though you can see it's not making a difference in the long term. How can you save a settlement, even knowing it's probably just going to get trampled a week later? Still don't understand. But maybe I want to.
Oh, we getting some character development?
Wow, you got it pitched up there. Oh, we got
Are we taking this on out of the dairy?
What?
This,
Looking for hope.
Is the soon becoming dairy?
yes, that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, my Japanese.
Soon done. Am I right?
Oh.
I gotta brush up on my Japanese now.
No, you're
Stop.
not right.
I can do Dragon Ball jokes, but anime in general.
It's okay, dude. We're with you. On this journey of discovery that we call
I'm not
life.
with this guy. He's not in my group.
But you forget Joker. There's always one thing a Canadian keeps: his pride.
Oh,
Yeah.
Some
Canada.
personal bottle of maple syrup.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's down here.
I'm sorry.
Canadians absolutely have emergency maple syrup stashes. It's like in, it's like in a safe somewhere or something. You're snowed in for.
maple syrup.
You're
we
snowed
just
in for like. Go ahead.
We just let the animals eat it, and we just asked them for it later, and they said sure.
Nice. It's totally in like Canadian first aid kits. You know, you get gauze, bandages, you know,
Yeah,
antiseptic.
you never know when you're gonna need a
Maple
maple
syrup.
transfusion.
Yeah, I mean, the animals just pull out a glass of maple syrup and say, "Here you go, friend." As it is.
Cure what ails you.
As long as what ails you is the lack of maple syrup.
Exactly. You know what I mean, Stoker, haven't you had a pancake emergency out in the wilderness?
Have you guys even had pancakes? Well, yeah, I'm sure you guys have pancakes.
Oh yeah. Love pancakes.
Yes, I do too.
I have in fact had pure like a grade B Canadian maple syrup too. It's raw the gold.
Nice. Restaurant
Yeah,
around here, they have they've been getting to do maple syrup pretty good. I'm not sure what kind it is though.
There's different like colors. Like I remember there's like let me find like a chart.
Are you about to look up a maple syrup chart?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Just making sure.
So okay, grade B is like the dark colored, like the dark stuff that like what we would consider maple colored in America. But there's also grade C is commercial maple syrup, and then the grade A is amber, and then there's like lighter colors like blonde and shit, all the way up to sort of like this like honey color. See, I don't know any of this because, like, you know, in America, you get like one kind of maple syrup basically, and it's like dark, you know. But
We don't even
yeah.
get real maple syrup. Most of our syrup is just molasses.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. That basically, like, American maple syrup is kind of fake. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's America. You know, everything here is sort of, you know, we don't have cheddar. We have like processed American cheese.
It's like anything that you get in a plastic bottle,
Right.
the shape of a lady is just gonna be fake. So
Fake as the lady on the bottle.
I'm trying to remember that bottle. I'd actually remember the old commercials about it. I'm trying to remember the.
Well, there was Aunt Gemina who apparently she got canceled or something. I don't know what happened there.
You mean it's
there's-
Jemima?
Yes, it is pronounced Jemima, and that's a long story steeped in the sordid history of American racism and slavery as to what happened there. But
Which butterworth? I think it was.
the same thing happened to Uncle Ben, but and that's why Peter Parker became Spider-Man. But
Oh no, his wife was killed by the thief whose life he spared. Anyway,
But I forgot where we were going with this. But yeah, there's reasons for all that, and they are long and sordid and way more than we want to go into in a stream.
that's
Fair enough.
I forget. Did we talk about Sora? Did you guys already do that?
Yeah,
A
we
little
all
bit.
heard
A
about
little
Sora.
Oh my gosh!
We all
The only
knew
thing
it was
weird
gonna
anime
happen
character.
another
eventually.
anime swordsman.
Yeah, but at least it's not one from Fire Emblem this time.
At least it's not like a real sword. It's a keyblade. That's different.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god. I can hear Rick pushing his non-existent glasses up his nose. Not a real sword. The keyblade.
And then Rick-
Keyblade.
It's distorting like Birdley's.
He doesn't look anything like a Fire Emblem character.
Birdley, you're correct.
He's got a halberd. He uses an axe though.
Remember when Sora landed in the Lion King world and he turned into he had that like cute little hybrid form?
I know, we
Yeah.
gotta
No,
save
Jonas.
the leaking disposal.
No, Jonas, I never heard about that. I never saw 1,000,001 pieces of fan art of that. This is brand new information to me. Please tell me more about this, Jonas.
Okay,
I'm-
all right. You know what? You know what? Shut your face.
It's like, hey, remember when Sora turned into like this adorable little furry bait character? No, Jonas, I don't remember this.
And they did the same with Kari and Rico and everybody else and Axel. Oh man.
God.
Why would I have ever heard about this?
Okay. Look,
Oh, I like my Poppy too. Ooh.
you already gave me all the grief in the sun. Oh,
Echo, you keep writing cake on your travel pack request list, but I don't.
so what? What are you trying to say?
I just need to know which flavor you want, like sweet seed cake, warm honey cake, blueberry swirl cake.
Angry cake. It comes in flavors.
Oh no.
That's
Angry
adorable
cake.
and also kind of sad.
Someone remembered to get me an angry cake for my birthday. It needs to attack me like the one in Mario RPG.
Rage cake.
Rage cake.
See, I'll like half remember that, and I'll be like, all right, what am I getting Stoker again? Oh yeah, spooky cake.
I mean, that's also acceptable, let's be real. Spooky cake, or spookcake as we call it. Actually, let's not call it that. That sounds worse out loud than I expected it to.
What kind of flowers do you get a ghost? I don't know, but you buy it. But I'll bet you buy a spooky. Cause yeah.
I don't get it, Jonas. Explain.
All right, you know what? Simon Tessa says so. A cake with a ton of ghost chilies in it. God, that's mean.
That would be memorable.
Actually, if you really wanted to prank someone like that, which I don't recommend because that would be terrible, what you really want to do is like grind them up into like dry them and grind them up into like a powder, and then just like subtly mix that into the cake mix. So that you know, it's like you take a bite, and then it kicks in. You're like, oh no!
Okay.
Hey, Jonas, you know how you usually accuse me of being the devil?
Well, you are.
Saying, I'm not the one who came up with that.
The ghost chili. Oh, no, I wasn't either. Simon came up with it.
Oh.
No,
We can
Stoker is
play.
the lawful devil. He like has to make a deal with you, and then like get you to trade your soul away, and then like play a switcheroo to keep your soul.
Right.
Stoker's
Stoker's,
just an evil
Exactly.
devil.
Stoker's
See,
the
I-
one.
I give you a fighting chance.
Stoker's the devil with the musical number where he's like, "It's technically binding." He's got like two evil Disney sidekicks, you know.
That is
Yeah, he's a lawyer devil.
100. That's
Dun, 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 dun.
100% on brand for me, and I'm here for
You
it.
should have read the fine print. La, na, 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 na.
That's the lyrics right there. That's how my song goes.
Hey, Jonas.
What?
Oh, never mind. But no, when I saw the trailer today, I loved that how they put the trailer together. I was like, oh my god, they really want to hype this up, and they did. It was
Blasted
amazing.
processor
last
or
kid.
gloom processor? Blasted processor, gloom processor.
I feel like that the players or people
Oh,
were
use
still
blast processor. It's just like free processing power on your N64.
Oh,
So the N64, which Nintendo console had blast processing?
That was
That was the
Sega.
Sega Genesis.
I was gonna
Oh.
say, yeah.
Remember, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
I still feel
Of
sad.
course.
I still
How
feel
could I ever
sad.
forget?
I still feel sad. I don't know the hardware terminology for the Sega and the Super Nintendo. I should get caught up with that. Hardware is
That's
not really
okay.
my specialty.
Most of it was buzzwordy anyway.
What was it? I think the NES apparently was programmed in like assembly language or something.
I mean, your guess is as good as mine.
I remember I was like reading it because I was curious
More
because it was something I
dialogue.
never thought about.
Hey, Echo, do you have any fun cookie knives?
What?
Knives you could use in the kitchen. You know, for mincing, chopping, slicing, and dicing.
I don't know. Maybe is there anyone in your kitchen you want to stab? She's all fun.
Bobby's real.
These knives were made for stabbing, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these knights are gonna come over and stab you.
Okay.
Beautiful song.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-boop-boo.
Dude, which way did it go? Can't hit it. Oh well. Can't hit some of these.
Found a funny video online where I'm not sure if anybody remembers this, if knows about this in Kingdom Hearts, but the Dalmatians at Sora's Ace, now they're watching them on television get beaten up by a cat.
Oh yeah.
A big buff cat.
Finding clues. Two more clues to find.
We're sure going through those clues, eh? Or did I lie for pack? Wait just a minute. Did I hear that right? You've been mixing toxic tech batteries into your smoothies? How is that health food?
Okay.
Me. No, those ones are just for the beasts. I don't reckon glitching tech's got many health benefits, even when juiced.
You think?
Well, I mean...
Oh, by the way, shout out to Blackfoot Ferret for subscribing at Tier 1. Thank you!
Oh, hello.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm
Big
doing,
thanks.
I'm doing finger guns at your username.
I can hear them.
It's supposed to use the silencer. Oh well.
I don't know why that tickled my funny bone so much.
Joker with a silencer? Okay.
No, finger guns with a silencer. You can't use a silencer on me. Believe me, people have tried.
This is the deck 11. That's fine. Come on, hit me.
I'm trying to hit me. Hit me.
Come on, hit me. I want you to hit me. Come on, hit me.
Why are you walking?
It's all according to plan. I can't do it. I can't do Heath Ledger's Joker. Oh well.
It's all according to plan.
There you go. Yeah.
Now do that, but say Keikaku.
Okay, fine. It's all according to Keikaku. Keikaku means plan.
Yeah. Please, somebody clip that.
Yeah!
You want to know how I got these scars?
I'm good.
Do the words yaoi paddle mean anything to you?
No, I didn't get a key. 'Cause all over that map, I didn't find a key. Oh well.
Yeah, this feels like a big finale thing going on. And more speech.
There's a key.
Icky.
First.
Flip.
Okay. And dialogue.
Can't believe how many critters we managed to squeeze into that farmhouse. My social life is zooming.
You think I'm doing a good job?
What? What, leading the team?
With being a good friend.
Ah, trust me, Skip, it doesn't get better than being friends with you.
Aww.
There's so many corruption pools around here that I can just, like, dally all I need to. There it is. Dun dun, acid. Time to destroy it. Only has 20 core health. Cannot. I can reach it this way.
Yeah, good. They did clip it.
Thanks, Simon.
Excellent.
Nougat.
We're getting there.
And remember to actually scour the map for the clue. Oh, twin knives. Eh. Let's finish getting our clue. There it is. Well, I got it to connect, but it's not doing very good.
Mhm.
It's at 50% drop frames.
What do you usually use? Chicago?
I usually just let it choose. But it wasn't letting me do that. No, it's still dropping half of the frames.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out somewhere better to put all the frames. No, it's dropping them again.
Balls.
Nope, it's still dropping. Like, really low.
Oh, crap and a half. All right. Do you want to call it, or what do you think?
Let's just call it.
Okay,
You're getting close
I'll,
to night.
I'll do the outro.